Congressman, just to your point, the man who perpetrated this attack, who allegedly did, and he confessed in this affidavit yesterday, said he was comparing himself to the founding fathers fighting tyranny, believes he's part of some larger struggle. And as to the conspiracy theories, we want to say again, to get the right information out, the police chief of San Francisco said there's absolutely no evidence Mr. Pelosi knew this man. As a matter of fact, the evidence indicates the exact opposite. That's a quote from the police chief. The larger question here is, why are you the only one? Why is Liz Cheney the only one in moments like this who has the guts to speak out? And by the way, I can't believe we're calling it guts to condemn the hammer attack of an 82-year-old man and the attempted assassination, perhaps, if she were home, of Speaker Pelosi.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and Adam Kinzinger recognizes that he and Liz Cheney have done the bare minimum in regards to calling out the radical and violent rhetoric on the right.
Why is it so hard? We're not even talking about election conspiracies or vaccine conspiracies. This is speaking out against the attempted murder of an elderly man. Why is it so hard for Republicans to do that?
Because we're close to an election. And, you know, the new view on the extreme is you don't ever admit defeat. You never back off. You know, when Elon deleted his tweet, which was an insane tweet, you know, everybody's like, oh, you're acquiescing to the left-wing mob. I want to make it clear, too. By the way, Liz and I are not courageous. There's no strength in this. We're just surrounded by cowards. And in complete contrast to cowardism, it looks like courage when it's just your bare duty.
Now, Kinzinger blames it on the midterms, which is a good estimate, but we know that this has been circulating and festering since the last big election, so I wouldn't pin it solely on the midterms. What is now considered odd about Kinzinger and Cheney is that though they are Republicans, they don't feel the need to be completely lock in step with every move the party makes, which is how it is supposed to be. The idea of a variety of perspectives on different issues makes the entire government work better for the people it is supposed to serve.
President Trump is hiding behind executive privilege. All of my colleagues, all of them knew that what happened on January 6th was an assault on our Constitution. They knew it at the time, yet now they are defending the indefensible.
Also, people's opinions on things are allowed to change. And as you'll see when you do some research into Kinzinger, his votes have changed over the years. Call it growth or call it just changing as a person, but that is what people do. The GOP being ruled by Trump with an iron fist is not only a detriment to society, but to the functionality of government as a whole. Discussion and debate have devolved into encouraging violence towards the other side and attacks on the character of people. This is not what politics looked like 20 years ago.
Let me say this, though, on the attacker. So some of what you'll see on the kind of conspiracy right is that, well, look, back in 2013, he was a nudist or something, or he was a Bernie or whatever it was. It was something on the left. What that proves to me is how quickly people have been radicalized into this QAnon thing. Everybody has a friend that used to be somebody on the left or in the center or reasonable that within a period of a month or two was reading the internet and is now radicalized. That goes to show me the huge issue that we have here.
Noting all of this, he did not hesitate to call the majority of the GOP what they truly are, cowards. They are terrified of calling out Donald Trump and those that align with him. They fear the wrath of that unstable base and the QAnon freak show that follows that circus wherever it goes. And to be fair, now they have proof of why they should be afraid. Donald Trump will put a target on the back of any enemy he believes is working against him. But are those really the same people who carry themselves as these strong American patriots? The same people who have gone from calling Democrats snowflakes to also saying that we are a cruel and mindless and a bloodthirsty cult. Talking out of both sides of every mouth they can find is what I see. Kinzinger and Cheney are not heroes. They are people doing what should be done to protect the integrity of our government and its function. While they are the minority in that, it should be stated again and again that this is the lowest bar to meet. Defending democracy and voting rights should be integral to who we are. But the MAGA frauds would try and sell you something entirely different. Comment down below about a time when you changed your opinion on something you never thought you could. You don't have to give details, but just show people that having your mind change and maybe even standing up for the right thing is just something that you should do. And on that note, I'll say this. You may be a lifelong Republican and still vote a different way this midterm election. You are not turning your back on your perceived values. Hell, you'd be protecting them at this point. Because if you think that the MAGA GOP won't try and serve you up to an entirely upside-down America, then you may have already lost yourself to it. And that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.